friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
They dress up as Disney princesses to bring joy and hope to sick children, and it's amazing. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Julie Provost. They dress up as Disney princesses to bring joy and hope to sick children, and it's amazing. Imagine a world where their air smells of antiseptic and weariness. Beeping monitors keep time like ticking clocks on a hard chapter no child ever asked to write. But then, heels click down the sterile hallway, satin swishes, and a hush falls over the room like a whispered prayer. There, standing in the doorway, is Belle, or Rapunzel, or Elsa, her braids sparkling from a morning frost. And suddenly everything shifts. Magic enters. Not the kind that turns pumpkins into carriages, but something far deeper. The kind that wraps around the heart of a child and whispers, "You're still seen, you're still worthy of joy." This is the sacred, sparkling work of the Princess Program Foundation, and it's nothing short of heaven showing up in tulle and tiaras. It all started with heartbreak. Alyssa Banks remembers the moment the dream was planted. A child looked up at her, eyes clouded not with fairy dust but illness, and said the words that changed everything. "I'll never get to go to Disney." That one sentence cracked something wide open in her spirit. So she dared to imagine, if these little ones can't go to the magic, what if I bring the magic to them? From that single aching moment, the Princess Program Foundation bloomed. What began as a tiny seed in Boston has now spread its petals across the nation, even crossing oceans with virtual Zoom visits. Volunteers dress as beloved Disney princesses and step into the lives of children who desperately need it to be reminded of joy, wonder, and the power of dreams. Alyssa shares, "Seeing what these families go through and getting to bring them light and magic is the greatest gift of all. Let that sink in. This isn't just about dressing up. It's not just singing Let It Go in a hospital corridor. This is the battalion of brave-hearted women showing up to fight darkness with glitter and grace. Their mission? To help kids fight with magic. And oh, what a holy, shimmering mission it is." They arrive in hospitals in Boston, Orange County, Orlando, Salt Lake City, Providence, and many more. Sometimes they come through screens because cancer doesn't care about geography. But love always finds a way. They bring light, laughter, and a reason for a child to believe in something more than needles and nausea. And it's not just the kids. The ripple effect touches weary parents too. When a princess takes a child's hand, even for just 15 minutes, mom can step outside for fresh air. Dad can grab a coffee. Siblings get a moment to be seen. These visits become oxygen to families holding their breath for miracles. One TikTok comment said it best. Under a video showing princesses twirling and singing to sick children, a user named Crystal Boswell wrote, "Those aren't nurses in the background. Those are little girls who once had the same dreams of being a princess." Isn't that all we need? A moment where someone sees the dream in us? Even when it's buried under hospital gowns or adult responsibilities or pain too heavy for words. These volunteers, these glitter-laced warriors, do more than wear crowns. They carry hope. They echo the heart of the kingdom of heaven itself. A kingdom where the last becomes first, the broken are beloved, and children lead the way. And maybe the truest kind of royalty is the kind that kneels low beside a hospital bed and sings lullabies to the brave. Alyssa believed if she brought the princesses, the magic would follow. And oh, it has. Because joy is holy, because kindness changes things. Because when a princess walks into a hospital room, sometimes it feels like a lot like Jesus did too. Isaiah 11:6. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatted calf together, and the little child shall lead them.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Hi, this is Chris Benjamin. I am the producer for the Salvation Army's podcast, Words of Life. Words of Life is a 15-minute weekly show featuring testimonies, interviews, and conversations on topics impacting the church today. Some of our recent and upcoming guests have been author and podcaster Nicole Eunice.
So oftentimes I think that when we thought we were about to see a new season, we thought spring was on the horizon and it's actually a long, dark winter. Is it possible that God is doing something in that season?
Author and podcaster Rachel Wojo.
I really believe God wants to use the story. You certainly don't do it for fame. You certainly don't do it for any other reason other than you really want to meet people where they are.
And on some future episodes, we will have author and speaker Zach Clinton, as well as a special appearance by Miss Volunteer America, Berkeley Bryant. Listen to Words of Life wherever you get your podcasts or visit wordsoflifepodcast.org.
This couple parents triplets and foster sons from wheelchairs, and it'll leave you inspired. Written by Heather Rigerman, read by Julie Provost. This couple parents triplets and foster sons from wheelchairs, and it'll leave you inspired. They weren't supposed to be here, at least not according to the skeptics. Not according to the caseworkers who question their capacity. Not according to the online critics who wondered, who's going to care for those babies? But Stephanie and Ryan Woodward kept showing up anyway, in wheelchairs, in courage, and in grace. From the moment they met, there was a quiet fire between them, two souls who knew that love didn't depend on walking, but on showing up again and again. When their journey toward adoption and pregnancy came with heartache, miscarriages, a stillbirth, and an uphill battle through IVF, they didn't quit. When foster care brought them two boys with wounded stories, they didn't flinch. When triplets came, yes, 3 babies from just 2 embryos, they rose like warriors, wheelchairs and all. This wasn't the path they imagined, but God's plan was even more beautiful, Ryan says. Being on this journey and showing people that it is powerful, he adds. I think some of the feedback we get, especially after pushing back against those who don't believe in us, helps others believe in themselves. That's incredibly powerful, and I hope to continue spreading that message as we move forward and share our journey. There were days their arms ached and their sleep vanished, days in the NICU when they clung to each other and whispered prayers. But they showed us that parenting isn't about having every ability. It's about giving everything you have. They adapted cribs, reimagined diaper duty, scheduled NICU visits with their foster bedtime stories, and lived faithfully when the world whispered impossible. Because God doesn't call the able, he calls the willing, and he equips the ones who keep showing up. Stephanie and Ryan didn't just parent, they redefined what was possible. And in every bottle, bedtime, and brave reply to a doubter, they whisper the truth. God is bigger than the barrier, stronger than the loss, and far more faithful than we imagined. And he's writing their story one miracle at a time. 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.